Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. In this event, I will presenting my paper with the title Factors Influencing SaaS Adoption by MSMEs. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ayu Nintias. I am from Universitas Dinamika Indonesia and I am supported by Mr. Sabril Rizal and Mr. Luzaini Abdullah from UMB Malaysia, Mr. Muhammad Alif Ahmad from UTM Malaysia, and Mr. Musa Kobrani from Jazan University, Saudi Arabia. For today's presentation, I will divide it into 5 parts, which are introduction, related works, methodology, result and discussion, conclusion, and future direction. Move to the first part of my presentation, that is introduction. In this introduction, I will briefly explain about the power of MSME in Indonesia, the change in payment method, and frameworks to understand relation of factors to implement the SaaS. The development of cloud computing technology has been widespread. This technology has reached MSMEs. MSMEs use SaaS as part of cloud computing to support their business in terms of marketing and sales. In Indonesia, MSMEs are the main pillar of state revenue. The contribution of MSMEs reached 60% of the total state income. MSMEs in Indonesia are around 99% of business actors. Not all MSMEs understand SaaS, especially now that electronic wallets are also starting to be used. The payment system of e-commerce has changed from the cash on delivery or COD and fund transfer to an electronic wallet system. The non-cash payment system grows and receives attention from the user, especially millennials. It's because of various advantages, including being comfortable to use, saving time, and being traceable. As the frameworks, the DOI and TOE frameworks are used in this research because these frameworks cover factors from technology, organization, environment, and individual. And now I will explain about related works that are suitable with this research. First of all is cloud computing and SaaS. Cloud computing enables people to access resources they need anytime, anywhere, including storage, processing powers, system applications, servers, and other mobile services. SaaS is one of the most applied models of cloud computing, delivers the service, and is considered to represent cloud computing itself. And as an archipelago, Indonesia has vast areas and many islands. In Asia, it is ranked 11th by Asia Cloud Computing Association in 2018. More time is needed to develop the infrastructure that support the implementation of the internet. In general, telecommunication company helps the Indonesian government to improve the internet connection, including Telkom Indonesia, Indosat Ooredoo, Smartfren, and others. For MSMEs in Indonesia, the criteria are based on the classification by the Indonesian government in Law Number 20 of 2008 regarding MSMEs. The government introduced many friendly policies to MSMEs to help improve product quality and access markets using e-commerce facilities. Only about 10 million MSMEs have participated in the government program of Go Online. For e-commerce and e-wallet, in Indonesia, e-commerce began with the business to customer or B2C in early 90s, pioneered by Binika.com with fund transfer payment system. Mobile e-commerce applications are growing with Gojek, Tokopedia, Bukalapak, OLX, and Grab, featuring e-commerce players extending their service to mobile application. However, not all use intended application for this purpose. SaaS is the basic on which e-commerce and e-wallet application developed. An e-wallet as a means of payment is part of the implementation of the e-commerce. There is a need for further research to determine the nature of the development of e-commerce and e-wallet as part of SaaS in Indonesia. The adoption model, the DOI, is the first framework to measure technology adoption and offer the basis for the development. The DOI frameworks have 5 major attributes, which are compatibility, observability, complexity, relative advantages, and triability. Focus on user intention to use the technology from the perspective of individual and external characteristics. The TOE is a framework that assesses technology adoption from 3 aspects, including technology itself, organization, and environment. They are used to determine the factors that affect SaaS implementation on MSMEs, both from individual and the organization. As for methodology, I use a systematic process. Begin with finding articles in journals. In the database, I use keyword and filter the articles by years. The research literature selection structure is shown in the image in the next slide. This is the research literature selection structure in figure 1. After I found the articles, I eliminate some articles that the topic and content are too technical. I try to find frameworks, research objects, and data processing systems that are suitable for my research. This step leaving about 30 articles. The result source shown in the tables in the next slide, and the result of literature selection are shown in the table 2. As a result and discussion, the table shows the distribution of the framework frequently used, including the DOI, TOE, and TAM. Most studies combine the TOE and DOI frameworks because they have related variables. The frequency analysis result of the article includes the frequency of variables found in the reviewed article based on the TOE and DOI frameworks on cloud computing service. In this point is SaaS, e-commerce, and e-wallet. In these pictures, we can see that the implementation SaaS compatibility from the technological element is considered a significant factor, while top management from the organizational element becomes the other factor. Lastly, competitive pressure from the environment element is considered important too for MSMEs. Regarding factor for implementing e-commerce, competitive pressure from the environment and firm size from the organization aspect have the highest frequency. In transactional operation of e-wallet, MSMEs tend to try and observe the performance first, and the enterprise intent of use become the key factors. For conclusion and the future direction, the DOI, TAM, and TOE frameworks are preferred frameworks for evaluating the adoption of technology. This review show that compatibility and executive are the most used factor in implementing SaaS. Additionally, competitive pressure and firm size are essential in implementing e-commerce. E-wallet implementation factors focus on triability and performance. This result provide a better view of the factors to consider before applying the SaaS and e-wallet in their e-commerce transaction. Future research need to develop a model and a questionnaire to gather data from MSMEs. The factor extract from the 3 frameworks are expected to provide input to the government regarding what to consider when using technology. And lastly, I would like to say thank you for the Ministry of Higher Education for providing financial support under the Fundamental Research Grant Scheme. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.